Hey, Sasha. How have you been? It's been a while, hasn't it? Did you miss me? Hey now. Come on. It's your old love, Hugo. You don't need to ignore my messages like that. I'm not going to annoy you, I can promise you that much. And look, your beloved ex-husband is going out of his way just to get back in contact with you. You should feel honored.
Not you. Beloved, huh? I don't think so. What do you even want after all this time?
Oh, there we go. You finally looked at your messages.
I kept getting your annoying notifications over and over, so I had to tell you to stop. Especially after that ridiculous comment suggesting that I still had feelings for you. Damn it. I went through the trouble of changing my number so this wouldn't happen, too. Who told you about this number, huh? God, I'd love to have a word with them.
Hey now, no need to be so cranky. I get it. You haven't talked to me in a while and you were sad that we couldn't exchange numbers. I totally get it.
Why would I ever want to speak to you again, huh? If anything, I don't want to spend a second more talking with you. You're just a nuisance who only turned my life for the worse without offering any benefits to being around you. I don't even know what you're thinking whenever I talk to you. What's your end goal for doing this anyways? I only responded to you purely to correct all of the dumb assumptions you were making about me having feelings for you. That is all.
Yeah, I don't need any of those lies. I understand what you're really feeling deep down. Well, on to a much more interesting topic. When do you want me to move in over to where you're at?
Huh? You want to move houses? I have no clue what you're even talking about, Hugo.
Oh, come on now. You don't need to keep playing dumb. Just drop the act. You're getting a new house built soon. I know everything.
Huh? Why would you know that?
Well, I just so happened to pass by your street one day and noticed that your house was getting some touch-ups. It was an old house after all. Someone seems to be getting a renovation. And by the looks of things, that's not a house just for one person. I mean, look at the size of that.
What are you implying, huh? And why do you even know about this whole situation? Were you stalking me or something?
Now, let's put that aside for now. I'm just glad that you're still thinking about me after all of this time. I mean, you chose the house that the both of us could live in. Talk about being generous.
You're delusional, Hugo. I'm so glad I'm not engaged to you anymore.
Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. But I will say, you should have told me sooner if this was the case all along. Or was this your cute little way of trying to surprise me, Anyways, I'm going to have to deal with all of my documents saying I moved region now, so I won't be able to move in right away. See, we could have avoided this if you had told me sooner.
Again, I have no idea what you're trying to imply. I have no plans whatsoever to get back together with you, let alone live under the same roof.
Look, what I'm trying to say is this. I don't need this kind of bitterness about you lying about your true feelings like this, okay? I'll just adjust moving in to when the house is all renovated and completed, so don't worry about organizing the things on my end. I'll come by every now and then to check up on the progress, though. I don't want to miss the big day when it all gets done.
There's one thing I need to make very clear with you. You better get this through your thick skull.
Yeah? What's that? Are you going to tell me how much you love me? Are you finally admitting that you wanted me all this time and you couldn't wait to start living with me again?
No. You wish. I've already gotten married.
What do you mean? Oh, right. You were married to me at one point.
Hugo, stop being so immature and listen to what I'm saying. I've gone and married someone that isn't you, so I have absolutely no intention at all to get remarried to you.
All right. I got you. I understand. You're married to some mystery man now, are you? Yeah. Cut the crap. I can see right through your lies.
So even when I say it directly, you really won't believe me?
Why would I? I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to get back at me for leaving you alone for so long. I feel for you. I really do. But I'll make it up to you by spending my time with you going forward.
I seriously hate talking to you. You're this close to getting blocked.
Look, I saw with my own two eyes that you were building a house that was big enough to fit an entire family. Of course that was going to be for us to live in. Your parents aren't with you anymore, unfortunately. Which would only mean that I'm the one and only person left in your life that you would be willing to spend your life with. Not to mention, you've gone the extra mile and considered bringing in my parents into the mix from the looks of that house. Aren't you an absolute angel? But there you go. I couldn't see this going any other way than us getting married again. I know it. You want to get back with me. That's why you're trying to go through the trouble of getting a house that big. Look, I'm right on the mark, right? Of course I am.
I don't even know where to begin with how baffled I am after hearing all of that. Anyways, I keep telling you this, and you need to listen. I do not want to get back with you. You understand? The whole situation with getting a big house has nothing to do with you or your parents. So just lay off it and stop contacting me.
All right. I get it. It's been 5 years at this point. So of course me coming out of the blue to talk to you would come to you as a surprise. I'll leave it up to you then. Contact me when you've calmed down and organized all your thoughts, okay? Hey, Sasha! Been a while, hasn't it? Hope you didn't miss me too much. It's your beloved man, Hugo. I hope you've reorganized all of your thoughts now. I must say, I'm very impressed with how the house is going. When I walked by the other day, I noticed that there was a car parked. That must be yours. Which must mean you've already comfortably moved in at this point. Anyways, I'll head over there now. Just as a little surprise greeting, you know. Can't wait to move in with you and live together like the old days. I'll bring my parents too, of course.
Hold on a second. Don't tell me you're actually planning on moving in with both your parents.
Oh, Sasha, my beloved. So you finally decided to text me back. What a relief. Why didn't you respond to my messages yesterday? I mean, there's acting hard to get, then there's just straight up ignoring me. I'm your one and only husband. You have to respect me more. How about responding to the messages of the man you're married to? Come on now.
There's so much for me to correct you on about all of this. But for your information, I didn't respond because I couldn't yesterday. I was out all day and my phone's battery was completely done. I plugged my phone in just a little bit ago and I was stunned by the amount of texts you shot me.
Oh, come on, stop exaggerating. Though I guess you were just that happy about receiving texts from your one true love that it was shocking. I get you.
God, stop being delusional in your own little world, please. Can't you tell that I'm genuinely uncomfortable about all of this stuff you've been going on about?
Oh, come off it. I know you're still just playing hard to get because you love me so much. I mean, this is all just completely textbook to hiding your true affection.
Ugh, you're driving me crazy! Just stop talking to me, for God's sake! Why do I have to welcome you, the man who cheated on me with another woman, along with your parents who yelled at me and verbally abused me for breaking up with you, huh? I don't have any reason to restart a life with you in any capacity.
Look, about the whole cheating thing. Why don't we go ahead and brush that aside and move on?
Why would I ever do that? Do you know how much that hurt me?
Well, my mom said the same thing to you, if you remember. But that was all on you for not being attractive enough as the woman to satisfy me at the time. That's what it all boils down to. If anything, you should have paid for the divorce procedures instead of me for being so undesirable. But for some reason, I ended up paying for it all. And then over the 5 years after that, I end up getting dumped by the chick I was going out with anyways and get fired from my job to make things worse. Rumors started spreading about me around the neighborhood too. It was all so awful. That's why you need to live in resentment for causing all this grief upon me going forward.
You're saying I need to live in resentment?
Well, I took it that you ended up feeling so resentful that you bought a house for us all to live in and patch everything up, right?
That is absolutely not why I ended up buying a new house.
Wait, calm down for a second, okay? Let's just push aside the past. We're going to be meeting up soon, so let's just forget everything and start over.
Well, I don't want to see you ever again, okay?
And while we've been texting back and forth, guess what has happened? I've just arrived at the house.
Wait, what?
I've come along with my parents in preparations to move in with you. I have all the marriage documents all sorted, so we can start living as husband and wife as soon as you'd like.
You're kidding me.
All of my luggage is going to be sent over here in the afternoon. All I have to do is wait here. Oh, and I'll leave the payments for that to you. I still haven't paid for it yet, and I think you should step in as the house owner.
You actually came here?
I sure did. Don't believe me? Look out of your window. I'm right outside your house's entrance with my parents. You'll definitely be able to spot us.
Huh? Wait a second.
Yeah? Surprised that I'm here. Take a good look at your beloved husband for the first time in 5 years. You're too shocked to even type back to me, huh? I don't blame you. But come on, hurry up and let us in. This is our emotional reunion after all.
I hate to break it to you, but no one is outside?
What do you mean?
I'm saying there's no one outside standing at my house's entrance.
Huh? Wait, hold on now. Don't be playing hard to get even now. You can't be serious, right?
I'm not lying. I don't see a single person in sight.
Wait, seriously?
Where are you right now?
No, I'm saying I'm standing outside of your house. You would definitely see if you looked out the window.
I'm asking, what address are you at?
Huh? Why would I need to tell you your address? This is your old house, for God's sake.
Old house?
Well, I mean, this was the house you lived at 5 years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday, though. I used to live in this neighborhood too, you know. I can't just forget your house just because I haven't been to it in a few years.
So you're in A City then? That would make a lot of sense.
Of course I am. Where else would I be? What kind of trick question are you trying to throw at me anyways? Now enough playing around. Open the door. Even my parents are excited about this whole situation since they're planning on teaching you how to be a good wife and beating it all into you. So you better do your best as my personal housewife.
I'm already a housewife. I literally told you this before and you didn't believe me.
Oh, come on. I don't need your cute little lies anymore.
I had no clue what you were trying to pull off or where you even got that confidence that you could go through with this plan of yours. But I think I finally understand what you ended up doing.
What are you talking about?
Well, for starters, I might as well break the news to you. I ended up selling my old house in A City.
Huh? Hold on. You sold it?
Congratulations! You figured out how to read.
Wait, why though?
I lived in that house for over 2 years after we went through the divorce. But I noticed that the house was getting pretty old and I wanted a new change in scenery altogether after all that had happened.
No way.
And I ended up renting out an apartment for myself since I was living by myself after that. But now I live happily with my husband and his parents right now.
Your husband? What do you mean?
Maybe I should send you a dictionary. I married a man that one of my friends introduced me to.
And you live with his parents too?
Well, yeah. Not only is it a good way to save up some money before we decide to move elsewhere, but his parents are lovely people, unlike someone's parents.
Hold on. What are you implying?
I married him because, unlike you, he was kind to me from the very beginning. Though I guess you believe in the whole tough love thing, don't you? with you assuming I'm playing hard to get when I'm genuinely annoyed at you. But this is reality.
I can't believe this.
What don't you get?
You're saying all of that, but you're just trying to get a reaction out of me, aren't you?
Absolutely not.
No, I know. I need you to live with me going forward. I already moved out of my old apartment in order to live with you here. I can't just go back and cancel all of that. Besides, both me and my dad have quit our jobs to start a new life here.
What are you talking about? Wait, don't tell me you were planning on living without working by using the money I make at work?
Well, I thought you had enough money to afford renovations and stuff.
I mean, I guess I did build up a house that was big enough to hold a family, but that's located somewhere completely different. But to think that my old address was getting renovated at the exact same time. I suppose coincidences happen.
You're lying. Please, open the door already. And let's get married again and live like we used to.
You're just an idiot through and through, huh?
What?
You know I don't drive, right?
Wait, you don't?
Yeah, I'm surprised you forgot. But I remember you saying something about seeing a car parked there. Why would I have a car just sitting out there if you thought I was the only one living here waiting for you to come and join me? Obviously, that's another household entirely. So there you have it. You've literally been standing in front of a stranger's house for the past 20 minutes.
How? I can't believe it.
Look, just hurry up and get off their property before it causes a commotion. You're literally one step away from being arrested for trespassing. Especially if the people living there are at home right now. I wouldn't be surprised if they reported 3 random people standing in front of their gate at this point.
Wait, hold on. The cops are here now. What's going on?
Well, there you go. Game over for you, it seems.
What do I do?
No clue. That's for you to figure out.
You can't just throw this all on me. You were the reason I ended up getting confused.
Well, please. This has nothing to do with me at this point, so deal with it yourself. Afterwards, rumors spread all the way to me that my ex-husband and his parents ended up getting detained by the police for fleeing the scene. And to make matters worse, they weren't in any position to explain their situation, as they couldn't say they were going to be moving into that house when the owners hadn't heard anything about the situation. Eventually, they ended up leaving without getting into any further trouble, but the police seemed to want to keep a close eye on them going forward. Now Hugo and his family have a few problems on their plates. The first being not having a place to live, and the second being that none of them have jobs anymore. And because I cut all ties with them, they didn't have any other place to go or anyone to rely on, leaving them with no choice but to rent out a tiny apartment that doesn't even come with a bathroom, slowly paying off their rent with part-time jobs. Thanks for watching. Please feel free to check out the channel for more story videos.
Hey, Sarah. What is the matter with you? Why did you respond to the RSVP saying you couldn't come?
What are you talking about? Oh, right. You mean the wedding invitation that was sent to my parents' house? Yeah. Why would I want to go to something like that? Of course I said I'm not going. I mean, what makes you think that I would want to go to my ex-husband's wedding?
We've been divorced for ages. Surely you're not still angry about what happened.
Did you already forget the reason we split up? Because after 3 months of marriage, you decided that I was too old for you and you cheated on me with that 27-year-old. I am going to assume that you didn't just try and invite me to see you two getting married, though. In any case, why would I ever want to celebrate the wedding of a man who did so much to hurt me?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Where did all of this come from? Come on, Sarah. Don't tell me that after all this time you still have some feelings for me. I mean, we've already been divorced, what, some 5 years now, haven't we? But of course, you can't just seem to let go of me, can you?
That is not what is going on here at all. Don't play games with me. Anyways, A wedding isn't really something that you should be inviting all your exes to, don't you think? I mean, don't you think that might even be a little rude to your new wife to invite your old wife to the wedding? Did that ever cross your mind?
I know, in normal circumstances, you might be right. But I think this really just goes to show how big my heart is for all of this in my life, past and present.
John, I really don't think you know what you're talking about right now.
What do you mean by that? Oh, I get it now. That's it. You're just worried because you're jealous of my new wife.
Come again? What would I even have to be jealous of her?
Well, for one thing, my new wife is 19 years old. What do you think about that?
Wait, what? You're going to marry a 19-year-old? Are you being serious right now? Is this real? John, you and I are both 45 years old. I mean, don't you think that's a bit too young for people our age? That is just cradle robbing at this point.
Hey, you better watch what you say. The love that I feel for Jessica is pure and real, just like the love she has back for me.
Oh, I see. I apologize for questioning any of this.
Oh well, can't say I blame you. Of course you would probably be surprised by all of this. But after we divorced, I spent ages and ages searching for my perfect woman. And after all my hard work, I finally found her. Now, we are going to get married. So you just wrap your head around that.
And so after all of your searching, you landed on a 19-year-old as your one and only soulmate?
Well, duh. I mean, if you're going to marry someone, the younger the better. So of course it was only natural that I got divorced from some 40-year-old bat. What other choice was there when you think about it?
Oh yes, I'm sorry for going through the natural process of aging. That was my bad.
Anyways, I bet you are still single and lonely, aren't you?
And just why would I tell you anything about my love life?
Aw, can't you tell me? Or is it some big dark secret no one can know about?
It's not a secret. It is just that I cannot think of a single reason why I should share details from personal life with someone like you.
Well, at least come to wish the both of us a happy life together. It's the polite thing to do, after all. I've already made sure that a seat will be set aside with your name on it. People are already expecting you to be there.
Well, I am not going, and that is that. Got it?
Hey, Sarah! What is going on with you? You're really not going to come to my wedding today. Are you serious? I cannot believe how petty you are being about all of this. I mean, this is my wedding we are talking about here. I know you wouldn't want to miss this for anything. And after I went through all of the trouble of saving you a seat, too. Although, I guess I'm not surprised you didn't show. Still, your seat is still here if you want it. It's in the very last row next to the exit, so you can go running out when you feel like you're about to die from embarrassment. Also, it seems like there is another wedding happening in this venue, and you will never guess who is getting married. It's some pop star. Taylor something. Anyway, the young people seem to really love her. Can you believe someone like that is getting married today at the same venue as us? And once the ceremony is done here, we are going straight to the court to make things official. Can you believe that our wedding anniversary is going to be the same day as this celebrity's? That is cool! I couldn't be happier. I just feel so bad for you, though. You're just so old now with so little to look forward to. What kind of life could you possibly hope to lead from now that would make you happy? I can't really think of anything. Anyways, I'm off to enjoy getting married. See ya! Hello? Sarah! The wedding is about to start for real this time. Where are you? Are you seriously not even going to make an appearance? Or are you mad at me because I was being a little too honest with you about how sad your life is earlier? That's no reason not to show up, though. After all, you have a seat with your name on it waiting for you here. It would be rude not to show up after all the effort I've gone through to give you a spot here. Besides, I think coming here might finally wake you up to reality a bit. So just come down and say hi, won't you? Hey! What kind of sick game are you trying to play here? Do you have any idea what you've done? You better give me back my Jessica right now!
Wow, your messages have been so annoying today. I can hardly believe it. My phone has just been blowing up because of you nonstop. Would you mind not texting me for a whole day? What is your problem?
Shut up! I'm not in the mood for any of your little games right now, okay? Now you better return Jessica to me right now! Tell me where she is!
What? What could you even possibly be talking about right now? Why would I have even the slightest hint of wherever your bride ran off to?
Look, I know that you secretly decided to still come to my wedding because of all the secret feelings you still have for me lingering inside of you. But I would have never thought that you would actually do something to Jessica because you were so jealous of her. How could you?
John, listen to me when I tell you that I really have no clue at all what you are talking about right now, okay?
Okay then, explain yourself. What is the real reason that you decided to show your face at my wedding today? Huh?
Well, it's like you said earlier. It is not just your wedding happening today, right? The truth is that I'm actually here to participate in the other wedding going on here.
Huh? What are you... Wait. You mean that you are going to that one pop star's wedding? But why? How? How did you get invited?
Taylor Sloth. That's right. I'm going to that one. But since I'm here already, maybe this would be a good chance for me to introduce you to my husband and daughter.
Your... who? What are you talking about?
Of course, I can't really have you meet them in person, but... You see, my new husband has a child from his previous marriage, and his daughter happens to be getting married at the moment. That is to say, Taylor is a bit busy.
You're kidding me. And just what the heck do you mean that you've already remarried? When did all this happen? You didn't tell me.
Well, I did. I happened to meet him at a work conference about 3.5 years ago. And now we're happily sending off his daughter to be married.
But... wait a second. I thought that her dad was some kind of record label executive or something, wasn't he?
That's right. That's the man who I'm married to.
But... why? I don't get it. How could you? How could you marry a man like that? And why would you want to go to his daughter's wedding ceremony instead of mine? It just doesn't make sense. Is this just some kind of sick way of trying to get back at me or something?
Wow, John, you really need an ego check if you think all of this has been about you. I am not there to do anything to your wedding. The fact that we are in the same place at the same time is just a coincidence. In fact, you should know that I am just as upset as having to share the date and venue for my Taylor's wedding with yours. That is exactly why I already explained to my husband about our circumstances and they informed the staff about it. Just in case. Anyways, if you are going to keep spamming my phone with messages like you have been all day, then I think I am going to just turn my phone off.
Wait, please. So you're telling me that you really have no idea where Jessica went? I can't seem to find her around here anywhere.
How could I kidnap someone when I don't even know what they look like, John?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you looked her up while stalking me one day or something. It was just a thought.
Look, I'm a very busy person and I really don't have time for those kinds of games. In fact, if you have all this time to be texting all of this nonsense, then I suggest you spend that time really thinking about where your fiancé could have gone instead.
Damn! Oh, darn it. I still can't believe that an old hag like you managed to land such a great rich guy. How did it all come to this? I just don't understand.
Hello again, John. Normally, I wouldn't feel like responding to you, but I heard from a friend of mine who was at your wedding that you paid Jessica's parents quite a large sum of money. It seems like you were just trying to buy a wife from this family. I mean, did Jessica even want to get married to you? I heard that Jessica actually already had a boyfriend. Some guy that she had been dating ever since she was in middle school.
You heard all of that?
What was that you were saying about the pure love that existed between you and Jessica? To me, it just sounds like one man trying to force what he wants out of a woman.
Well, things didn't work out between Jessica and I anyways. We called things off in the end.
Is that what happened? Or in the end, did Jessica end up running off with her childhood love and leave you in the dust without a trace of where they had gone? But I just can't believe that they did all of that on top of leaving you with the bill for all of the wedding expenses. That must have really, really hurt.
But she was supposed to be the one. We were supposed to be married by now.
Do you really not see anything wrong with trying to force someone to marry you regardless of what their own feelings towards the situation might be?
You don't know what you're talking about. Who do you think you are, pretending as if you understand what we had together?
You're right. I guess I really don't have any clue what you two had going on together.
That's right.
But that still leaves me with a couple questions about our own marriage to each other. If you really like younger girls so much, then why did you even bother dating me and agree to the marriage in the first place? If it was really so bad for you, you could have just broken up with me at any point before we were engaged and saved us all a lot of time and pain. And if I had known just what a low, pathetic man you really are, I would have never agreed to it in the first place.
It's because I wanted kids. That's the real reason why I left you.
You wanted kids?
Yes, I wanted kids. But when we actually got married, you were already 40 years old. And even if it wouldn't be a problem for me, if my wife wasn't able to bear any children, then... well, I really had no choice in the matter if I wanted a kid.
What? But you do know that I've given birth since we divorced, right?
Wait, really? You had a kid? Whose? When? I didn't know any of this.
Well, with my husband, of course. She is already 2 years old now. It is true that there were a lot of concerns about me getting pregnant at my age, and there was a lot to worry about while I was actually carrying, but I had so much support from friends and family around me that in the end, I was able to give birth to a beautiful baby girl.
You're lying. That's impossible. None of that can be true. I didn't see any kid with you when you showed up to the wedding yesterday.
Oh, she was there. She was just outside playing with her grandparents at the moment when you saw me. But no, my whole family came with me to the wedding.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yes, her grandparents are just the sweetest. They saw how much I had on my plate while I was trying to run things. They took my little girl off of my hands and played with her so that I could smoothly participate in the wedding with nothing else to worry about. That's all that was happening, though. No big conspiracy or lie or anything like that.
Are you serious? I can't believe this. It's just no fair. Why did all of these good things happen to you? And now I've lost my Jessica. I have nothing. Last night we were supposed to have our first night together as husband and wife. And then this morning we were supposed to have our first sunrise as newlyweds. And no, there's nothing. No sunrises. Nothing. I wanted to see her young face bashfully saying good morning to me after having fallen asleep on me the night before. I had so many dreams with her. And now it's all ruined.
Look, everything you just mentioned wanting to do with your teenage bride is extremely creepy and is making me uncomfortable. Please stop all of this.
What do you mean? I'm just expressing how I felt about my runaway bride.
John, be honest with me. Do you really think you have as many good points as a partner as you really claim to?
What? What are you talking about? Of course I have plenty going for me. How could you even ask that? I mean, I was this close to marrying a 19-year-old, wasn't I? Doesn't that say something about the kind of person I am?
In more ways than I think you really even know, John. Anyways, it sounds like Jessica didn't even want to get married in the first place, and that is why she left you waiting at the altar. Honestly, John, you need to try and look at yourself more objectively. You are 45 years old. You cannot be chasing after all these young ladies. It's just not right.
I should be more objective with myself.
I mean, now you're just kind of a pudgy older guy with an ego problem. I just think you should be a little more careful about what you do with all that confidence I guess you must have.
What did you just say about me?
Anyways, I don't really think we have anything else to talk about, so...
Wait, we're not done here.
See you!
Sarah, I've got some good news for you. I've done a lot of thinking and soul-searching on the matter, and I have finally come to this conclusion. I am ready for you to take me back now. Now that I know that you can still have kids, I don't really have any more problems being with you. So, what do you say? Of course, if we do get together, you'll have to leave behind that other brat you had, but I figured that was a given. It's okay though, because you can just have my kid instead. In fact, I think I want at least 2 kids, because if we just had a single child, they might get lonely, you know? You were right. I shouldn't have been fooling around with younger girls anyways. They're all selfish and just after older men's money anyways. It is all too clear for me to see that, since you can still have kids, being with you is the much better option. I just wish I hadn't been such a fool and noticed all of this sooner. Hey! Sarah! Why aren't you answering me? Pick up the phone. I am trying to talk to you about something important here. I am telling you that I am ready for you to take me back. We can go back to the way things used to be now. Isn't that great? I even said that I would let you have my kids. It's what I've always wanted, so it'll work out great. You aren't just going to pass up a chance like this, right? Sarah, please. I'm desperate here. I don't have any more money. I gave it all to Jessica's parents so that they would agree to let me marry her. Sarah, please. I am begging you. Please come back and take care of me. I'm dying out here.
He said he wanted me to have 2 more kids when I am turning 46 later this year? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, now I am spending all my time as a stay-at-home mom, taking care of my precious little girl. I sent a friend to explain all of this to John, and it seems like the message has finally gotten through to him. Later on, I heard that John went back to Jessica's parents and demanded his money back since the wedding didn't happen. I guess something happened at his work and they decided they couldn't afford to keep him hired. With no job now, I know that John has been really struggling with money. I heard that before John could take any real action, Jessica's parents took the money and are hiding out somewhere John will never find them. Since he doesn't have any money to try and track them down, John just has to keep struggling to survive paycheck to paycheck while he thinks of the life he could have had if things went differently. It also seems that Jessica had a lot of really good friends who sympathized with her being forced to marry someone who she didn't love. Because of this, John can't get a single word out of any of her friends or acquaintances about where she and her childhood boyfriend ran off to. I can only hope that the 2 of them found their happily ever after, wherever they are. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.